It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off our 24th year here on the Classic Metal Show. That is Rush with a farewell to Kings and a farewell to Neil Peart. And kicking off the show tonight, we heard Erase the Slate and Let's Start Again. Dokken Erase the Slate, and a guy I hope has erased the slate of his sickness and can actually carry through tonight as my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. Welcome back to the show, Chris.
I'm alive.
You're alive.
Barely, but I'm alive.
I hear you. Well, you took me by surprise last Saturday when 3 hours from showtime you were like, "I'm out tonight. I'm sick. I can't breathe."
Dude, I was trying so hard to do the show because I knew we had taken the time off, and I was just, sucking down asthma medicine and taking 15,000 hits off of the fucking inhaler and everything else trying to breathe. And it wasn't happening, man. I literally got up at 6 o'clock to come in here and just reboot the computer, and was so winded that I was like, fuck this. I was like dizzy. I was like, that's it, done. I'm not going to fucking kill myself doing the show, no matter how much I want to do it. So
right.
And then I didn't even get out of bed really until Thursday. So it really wasn't, it was not a situation of, I was sick that day and that was it. I've been sick all week. I'm just now getting back on my feet a little bit.
I hear you. Well, we are back. We are kicking off the 24th year of doing this show. And here we are. We're coming up on the quarter century mark very quickly.
We're old.
Yeah, I started this show when I was 38 years old.
Yeah, now you're almost retired.
No, I take that back. I was 32 when I started this show.
I was going to say, it's been 24 years? Jesus, God.
Yeah, I was 32. I went to broadcasting school. I started broadcasting school in July of 1995 and started this show in January of 96.
It's a long... Dude, isn't that funny that now we're starting to say end of the 90s and we're saying, man, that 20 fucking whatever years ago... That just seems insane to me. I still look at the 90s as current.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, you think of the 90s as like the new age or something, and it's just like, yeah, that was like 3 decades ago.
Because we were so rooted in the 80s with our lifestyle and the good years of our life and the music and everything, that the 90s was like when the good shit stopped.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's like, holy fuck, that was already 30 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding.
Motherfuck.
Yeah. I purchased a new studio camera. I don't know if you notice any difference or not.
I certainly do. You are screaming bright.
Oh, can I cut the light down a little bit?
Oh, you can cut the light way down.
That's what I was going to... All right. I'm going to cut the light just a little bit.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Try it. There you go. That's good. That's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that might be even a little bit too dark there. Right. Just a little at that point. Sorry. Once you lean back, you were darker. That's better. Yeah, that's better. What'd you buy?
I bought the new Brio.
Oh, you saw Styx say the Brio, and then you had
actually, I had actually looked at that about a year or so ago, and it was like over $200.
Yeah.
And I looked on Amazon. It was like $130.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's come down over $70. So I said, I'm just going to grab that.
I looked. It must have been in our Wonder Twin Mega Mental Powers or something, because I was looking at cams as well over the weekend or over the break. But believe it or not, in most reviews, the Logitech 922 is still rated higher than the Brio.
Yeah.
So I stayed with it. I was gonna buy one as well because I saw Styx's video went. I mean, it really jumped up in quality.
It did, absolutely.
So we'll see how yours looks once I process the video, and maybe I'll still get one. I don't know, but for now, I'm sticking with the 922.
Yeah, well, I have the second camera now, so if and when I ever have any studio guests, I'll have a second camera to point at them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that next week, aren't I? Fuck. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm going to have to do some rearranging in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well. Well, that'll be good. Look at you. Now you have a second studio. Not that you ever didn't, but now you'll have you'll have to figure out a way to extend that camera out in front of the the couch there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just get a new long cord.
Yeah.
So
cord, like a tripod or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So if and when that becomes the case, I'm going to do that.
Because like when Chip comes this November.
Yeah. Well, who reached out to me just out of the blue, which kind of surprised me?
Who's that?
Our good friend Kim from Chicago.
Really? I didn't know she was still around.
Well, apparently she enjoys the video broadcast.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, because she hit me up on a text out of the blue and said, long time no speak. Really enjoying this video broadcast. Love you and Chris. So I sent her a text back. I said, hey, I'm glad you're still around, still enjoying the show. And, Of course, if Chris ever takes an evening off and you still have any desire to do it, you can be a co-host.
Right, come on in.
Because the time that I had her here, she did a really good job.
Yeah, I mean, she filled the hours, as they say, right?
Yeah, she wasn't afraid of the mic, and she spoke up, and she was very topical and could carry on a conversation. So I threw the invite out if she ever wanted to do that. But every time I've asked her before, it's, I've already got this planned, or I got that planned, or I'm going to be out of town, or, So
right.
Very active social life, I guess.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I wish I had something else to do.
Yeah. Well, you got stuff coming up, I'm sure.
Oh, I do. I definitely am I got some shows coming up here shortly, and I'm getting my face drank off tomorrow, that's going to be good. I have not had a single drink since November 1st.
Wow, look at you.
So tomorrow, though, I'm going to drink a bottle of Jack Daniels.
And what is the occasion tomorrow?
Sunday. Just
because it's Sunday?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Just one of them. Me and Kelly haven't seen each other since November 1st.
Okay.
So we just decided, because she's been busy, I've been busy, then the holidays, then I was sick, then she was sick. So we just haven't got together. So we're just getting together tomorrow and just gonna drink and smoke pot, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing, but I know I was instructed to bring a bottle of Jack Daniels, so I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, it kind of reminds, I think years ago, back in the 80s, there was a commercial for, I think it was Martini and Rossi.
Okay.
So, what occasion do you drink Martini and Rossi? Because it's Thursday.
Exactly.
When do you drink Jack Daniels? Well, because it's Sunday.
Yeah. What reason do you really need?
Well, you don't need a reason, but some people are more festive to where they limit their drinking to special occasions, be it concerts or get-togethers or weddings or something like that.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't really. It's weird to think of that. It's not like I made a conscious choice to not drink. I just haven't had any reason.
Yeah, well, you just don't feel like it. It just doesn't. Yeah. It's just you just don't have a taste for it.
Well, you know what it is I try my damnedest, and I do a pretty good job of not drinking by myself. I do not like to just, how like a lot of people, they get home from work and they just they throw back a couple beers and watch whatever on TV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that because I have such a passion for being drunk. I'm just being honest, if I'm drinking, I'm not drinking because I'm looking to unwind a little bit. I'm drinking to get loaded.
I hear you.
So if I'm going to drink, I need people so that it's more like a party. And, like I said, I've been busy and I haven't been out a whole lot. And, because of that, I just didn't drink for a couple of months.
I hear you. Well, it doesn't hurt to give your body a break.
Yeah, but now it's time to start abusing again.
Very nice. Well, we've been away for almost a month already. And,
yes.
And, we had a couple of weeks there where I put together best of shows back to back. And last week, when we were going to return and whatnot, we had a full chat room last week. And I want to tip my hat to the people who showed up last week, expecting a show. because most of you stuck around for hours. There was no show, but everybody was like so happy to be back and kind of socialize a little bit that they stuck around in that. I was in that chat room for close to 2 hours myself, and there was close to 30 people in there the entire time.
Nice. You didn't do a music show or anything?
No, I didn't do that because I wanted to kick the show off right for the new year. I didn't want to just start the new year by myself. So, I kind of waited till this week.
Right. Well, you can see I paid attention. I don't think I was even awake after I talked to you.
Well, you gotta get well.
Yeah. Well, do I sound all right?
Yeah, you sound great.
All right. My voice feels raspy. I'm working hard on not coughing. That's the big thing here. Is if I get stuck, because if I get in one of these coughing jags, we'll be on a 30-minute music break.
I hear you.
While I cough and cough and cough until I finally catch my breath again. But so far, so good.
Right.
I got my cough drops. I got my coffee. I got water. I'm ready.
All right. Gotta keep that throat ready for some Jack tomorrow.
That's right. Tomorrow I'll burn off this fucking bronchitis.
Very nice. Well, how was the time off aside from being sick? Did you do anything? Did you just hang out? Did you do family stuff? What'd you do?
Other than Christmas Day, not a damn thing. I really didn't. I worked a ton. I was much busier than I normally am in December for a second year in a row. So I really did a lot of work. I don't have even many stories to tell. I really didn't go anywhere or do anything. I just worked and watched a shit ton of TV. That's about it.
Well, I did something just because the holiday fell in the middle of the week. Yeah. I never use all the vacation that I have coming to me. I have 3 weeks of vacation, and I rarely ever use maybe 4 to 5 days in the whole year.
Right.
And, I end up wasting those, I end up losing those days. And so being that, Christmas was in the middle of the week, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have Christmas Eve off, Christmas Day off. Then I took Thursday and Friday, and then I had Saturday and Sunday. So I had 6 days off in a row.
You had to be going crazy by the end.
Well, not really. I became a real slug. But no, but what I really did, though, is that I was way, way, way behind in uploading all of the segments from 17 and 18 into the server.
Okay. Right.
So I went through every segment and checked spelling, and then I had to date all of them.
Right.
So I sat there and dated every segment, and then I loaded it all up on the server. So if any of you listen to the 24/7 stream, I'm sure that you heard a lot of stuff that you haven't heard before.
That's cool.
But I've been tuning in just to check it periodically, and man, I've even forgotten some of the funny stuff that we've done in the last, 17 and 18. I still got to load 19 in last year, but
right.
There's 2 full years of material that hasn't been rebroadcast since.
That's nice. Nice. I'll have to start listening again. I have been on the other side of the highlights for the. Now that is something that I did do over the break. Was since we got hit with the hate strike on YouTube, and since we both pretty much know it's going to get shut down, we just aren't sure when yet. I started the mass exodus of YouTube, and what I started doing was I took the YouTube and I kind of flipped it upside down to all the oldest stuff that we had on the server, and I started moving 10 to 20 videos a day. And you have to do it manually. It's not like I can just fucking push a button and it does it. I have to literally manually pull them down and then upload them. But I started doing 10 a day, taking them off of YouTube. Not taking them off, I'm leaving them there, but moving them from YouTube to Vimeo and BitChute. And now our new channel on Pornhub.
Very nice.
I finally figured out how to do the Pornhub thing. So I've started moving stuff to our new Pornhub channel. So the videos are now getting moved. I've moved I think like 600 or so already.
Okay.
Of the 4,000 that have to get moved. So almost a quarter of the way there, but I know I've been texting you here and there just sending you links to shit from like 07 and 08, which has been cracking me up. Some of the old stuff is just so funny, dude.
Yeah, well, I caught one today off the server where Mikey, this was back in when we were doing the 13th anniversary show.
Right.
He called in, I don't know, it was like 4 weeks after the anniversary show, and we had him break down Winger's 17.
Nice.
And I forgot we had done that because, obviously we had done it with Gordon Lightfoot and, of course, Led Zeppelin, the Lemon Song.
Right.
And so we had him break down 17.
Oh, that had to be fun.
It was really funny.
The one where he did the Gordon Lightfoot is hilarious, too.
Yep. So I caught that, and I've been catching some of the older stuff, but the server has really been mixing it up pretty good. I mean, you might get a segment from like 2007, and then you'll hear something from 2018, and then you'll hear something from 12.
Right.
So you're getting a good mix there.
That's awesome. I love it, dude. I love that it's fun to listen to this old stuff now. That to me is the funnest part of it. Is that, hearing all the classics, because, you have a better memory than me. I forget it. I don't remember what we did. I honest to God, I could not tell you what we talked about the last episode that we did, let alone something from 12 years ago.
Right.
So, hearing some of this stuff back, some of this shit with the Snake Man and stuff. Oh my God. I'm fucking dying. You just hanging up on the Snake Man, then calling him right back. Hey, what happened?
You were telling me about the Scott Clark.
Oh my God, Scott is hilarious. I actually posted that one in the on the CMS social media stuff.
Right.
Of the episode where Scott called in from my driveway.
Yeah, and he said you wouldn't let him in the house.
And I was a pussy whipped faggot.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff there. So yeah, over the break, I took the time to update the server and upload a bunch of shows and podcasts and things. And on Christmas, I went and met up with Sal and his dad for dinner. I want to thank Sal for dinner. He bought me Christmas birthday dinner, and here's the weird thing, dude. We went to a restaurant downtown. It's called Smith and Walensky.
Okay.
Kind of a upper class, upper scale type restaurant. And I'd only been there once. The only time I'd ever been there was last year for Christmas. And you would have thought I was a celebrity walking into that place. I had several people come up to me and said, "You were here last year. Do you remember me?" And, the bartender, the waiters, people, it's like, yeah, hey, cool, nice to see you, only been in there once.
It's funny.
And, Sal and his dad is a character. But he likes the show and stuff, and Sal was pretty funny, and we had a good time, and the waiter, we had the exact same waiter we had last year.
Oh, look at that. Probably came over and said, "Hey, there's dog."
But he remembered it was my birthday, and he brought out a big chunk of birthday cake.
Nice. Did anybody ask you about your dead wife?
No, they didn't.
Are you getting past that, sir?
So it was good. It was a lot of fun, and the weather was great. I mean, it was like 60 degrees outside.
Right.
And no snow, nothing to deal with, no bad weather. So, and the trip downtown, being it was Christmas evening, there was no traffic. So, I made the trip and wasn't too concerned about, random gunfire or anything like that. So.
How bad is it that you have to actually consider that these days?
You do have to consider that. You really do.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It's ridiculous to think that, in this day and age, in the third largest city in the country, you have to be concerned about random firings.
Yeah, well, dude, believe me, I'm thinking it because I'm going to Frisco for the release of Albandian's movie, and I think he said March now. And believe me, I'm thinking about. I was on Amazon literally today looking up if they have like waders or galoshes that I so that I can walk around and not be stepping in shit on my good shoes.
Yeah, exactly. You can thank Nancy Pelosi and her ilk for running that area into the ground.
The only thing I'll ever thank her for is having a stroke or dying. That's it. She gets no thanks for anything else that fucking criminal cuntbag is doing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fuck her.
Yeah, but this week I'm flying out to NAMM on Wednesday. I'm heading out to attend the induction ceremony at the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame.
Right.
And
isn't that on Wednesday?
That is on Wednesday.
Okay.
So
I'm just going. What, are you going in the morning?
Yeah, I'm flying out at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'll be in LA by 11:30 or noon, and this thing starts, I believe, is around 6. So by the time I get settled into the hotel and whatnot, it'll be time to head over that way. But so Stephen Piercy, our good friend Don, Joe Satriani, and Jeff Tate are going to be inducted.
That'll be fun. Are they all going to be there?
Yeah, well, I would hope they would all be there. You would think they would, but you never know. And, of course, it's being hosted by our good friend Eddie Trunk.
Oh, make sure you got your Chris Pundy ready.
I will have my $100 bill ready to go.
Got to buy that lint.
So then, I'm meeting up with Bob. Bob is going to screen the first part of the new documentary.
Right.
So I'm going to be able to check that out. And then, for the couple of days, we'll be out at the NAMM show. So I'm looking forward to that. Just get out of town for a few days. And hopefully the weather in LA is going to be decent. And, I'm flying out just to hang.
Well, I know we both hate the winter, but neither of us can really cry that much about the weather this year, can we? Fucking 70 degrees here today.
Yeah, it was like 40 some degrees here, and it's going to be in the mid 40s to mid 50s all week here.
It was 70 here, 70. I was like, what the fuck is it? Dude, I finally went to sleep last night about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was soaked from
You were
sweat.
sweating.
I was like, what in the fuck? I thought I must have accidentally turned my heat up like to 80 or something, because it was so hot in my house. And I got up and I look and like the heat's not running. And then I opened the door and I looked at my phone. It was like fucking 69 degrees. I was like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
It's springtime.
Yeah, remember they said this is going to be the worst winter in years.
Yeah, what did we know?
I guess that global warming is real.
Yeah, I guess it is.
It's warm.
I woke up this morning, there were dead polar bears all over my yard.
I'm sure there were.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure you. But knowing you just hooked a chain to their foot, dragged them out in the street, and got them out of your fucking property.
Just leave them out in the street to rot.
That's right. Get out of here with that shit.
Exactly. Well, anyway, we're in a brand new year. We're in 2020. It's hard to believe that, but 2020.
Mm-hmm. You think you'll make it to 2030?
Will I?
Yeah.
In what regard? Like, be still on the earth?
Just living, yeah.
I don't foresee why I wouldn't. I mean, I don't plan on taking myself out, but, you never know what would happen. I mean, a plane could crash next week.
True. I always just think about, okay, we hit those milestones. Will we see the next milestone? And I'm pretty certain. I'm like, no fucking way. 2030? No way. And if I do, I do. Cool. But, 2030? That just seems really far.
Yeah.
But who knows? These last 10 years went fucking super fast.
They did go super fast, especially when you gauge it with all the archive shows.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Dude, I mean, I gauge it with my divorce, too. It's like, fucking A, I've been divorced 7.5 years.
Yeah, and you left the show 11 years ago.
I know. I've been back on the show 7.5 years. Longer than I was on it the first time.
That's true.
By like double.
No, it wasn't double. It's almost double. You're right.
I was on, what, 3.5 years, the first run?
About 4 years. You joined in 2005, and
right.
you left in 2009.
But I wasn't really full-time in 2005, was I?
You were getting there. But, almost double. You're right.
Yeah. That's just insane, dude. We have done a lot of radio.
We have.
Yeah. That cracks me up how much radio we've actually done. You don't think about it until you start processing it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I mean, since we were both processing it is probably why we're both waxing nostalgic about it. But it's doing this YouTube thing and just seeing page after page after page after page after page of 50 archived, videos. I'm just like, God damn it, we have been doing we talk a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
it's good.
Yeah.
There's very little that's shitty. Very little.
Well, I want to encourage everybody who hasn't done it, and this is not a sale job at all because it is free, but if you haven't gotten that app yet, go get that app. If you are jonesing for some CMS through the week, just get that app and just hit play on it, and you will get a whole what do you want to call a diverse cross section of the CMS through the last 20 years.
Oh yeah. You know what I noticed about the archives from doing the processing of the archives? When we were getting started on the internet and everybody thought that the internet was bullshit and that radio only was going to be fucking on, in your car and on AM or FM or XM bands, we did a lot of bullshit interviews so that we could get good ones.
Yeah, you were telling me that you were running across interviews with people that you don't even remember even hearing of.
Dude, some of these interviews, and I'm going to say, I'm going to give you a compliment, sir, that's going to start as a negative, but is going to come up as a compliment.
All right.
You have absolutely 1,000% come from being an awful starter of interviews to being really good at it. My God, in 2008, every interview starts off with, "Aren't you glad that you've been given the opportunity to be on this show?" And it's right from the start.
Yeah, right from the jump.
It's like, no, hey, how are you? So you're in a band. What's the band about? No, it's like, isn't this the best thing you've ever encountered being on our show?
Exactly.
I was cracking up at some of your shit especially with guys that I could tell you didn't want to do anything with.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, what do I got to lose by jerking this guy's chain?
Oh my God, dude, you and I interviewed somebody called Max X with 3 X's. Do you remember?
I do remember Max X.
And you just fucking hammer this guy for like 15 straight minutes. Every once in a while you ask him a question about his shit, but more or less you were like, your whole mantra was, well, this is the only time anyone's going to hear you, so make sure you say what you want to say. And I mean, you literally said that at one point. You were like, well, make sure you get out everything you want the fans to know.
Yeah.
It was like,
because no one will ever hear of you ever again.
And I was just cracking up listening to some of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, God damn it, some of this stuff is funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did some interviews of bands I don't remember at all. None at all. I now I can't even think of what. Like, we did something with somebody called Q5. Do you remember Q5?
Yeah, it vaguely rings a bell.
Couldn't name a song if I put the CD in front of you.
Not at all.
Q5. But I will guarantee you that it was served to us by one of our publicists that also would have given us like Tom Araya or Scott Ian or
Rob Halford or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's I know why we were doing them, but it's just funny to listen back to them now. You were doing that. then on the other side of it, anybody that's foreign, I'm being a total fucking dick to with that. Well, when you're on the subway in the airplane and the south is west and east is north, right? You know, and these guys are like, yeah, the tour is going east.
You know who you did that to?
Who?
Henrik Ostergaard.
Oh yeah.
when I was doing the uploads.
Yeah.
His interview popped up.
Right.
And we were talking to him because, you're kind of a fan and so was I.
Sure.
And then you started, in this day and age with the internet and downloading, and that was it. There was no question there at all.
And he probably had an answer anyway.
He gave you a 10-minute answer.
I need to start doing that again. The problem is we don't interview that many shitty interviews anymore.
That's true. Now, I did one with that band called Legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah. And I kind of needled that guy a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy, he's from what, Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh.
Vidar.
Vidar.
Oh, is it Vidar?
It's Vidar.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't even listen to it. I was like, whatever. Once you told me that the whole thing was in character, I was like, nope, not going to listen to that.
Yeah, it's that medieval stuff that tells a story.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah.
I'll pass. Yeah, I still feel bad even setting that one up for you. I really do. Because it was like, once you told me, you were like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
you get to talk to Jeff Scott Soto. I get to talk to Vidar.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Sorry it works out that way, but
I know.
I try anything that's even remotely a name. I try, if they'll do it on a weekend, I try to get it for you. Like we're still dicking around with that Sleazebees guy. And I know that's not like a name, but at least it's somebody you've heard of.
Yeah.
We'll get that one done eventually on a weekend. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm interviewing Soto this week, which is going to be great. And that's coming off that's the first interview after Vidar.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the app.
Yes.
Again, I'm not the hugest app guy.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna show the fans how easy this is if you haven't got it already.
Okay.
Here's my phone. There's the app. I'm gonna just hit the app and then hit play. Not the hugest app guy. Uh-huh. But I'm gonna show the fans how easy this is if you haven't got it already.
Okay.
See how quick that is?
It's great, isn't it?
It's just instantaneous.
Yeah.
Now, I just said that, and within seconds, it was already going live.
Yeah, the app is great.
It is. I listened to it in the car, and I've got Sirius XM in the car, which I haven't had a subscription to, in almost 2 years. It's been a little over a year, about a year and several months.
Okay.
I haven't even once thought, man, I ought to re-up that. They keep giving me this promo for $4.99 a month. Not even worth spending $4.99 a month for Sirius XM when I got apps on my phone where I could just hit play and it'll just play through the Bluetooth.
Do you have the Hairball John app as well?
I do not.
You should put that on your phone too, because musically that's what you would like.
Okay.
John and Corey did a really good job of curating their playlist, and it's a lot of deeper cuts. It's definitely, you'll get every once in a while you'll get a Round and Round and stuff like that on there, but for the most part it's all like McQueen Street and like deeper Dokken tracks, and it's all 80s. There's no like even tweener stuff that might have crossed over like I don't imagine he has like Shadow Life on there at all, because it didn't sound 80s.
Yeah.
It's definitely that 80s classic metal thing. And it's not all hair music either. It definitely has like Priest and, Metal Church and stuff like that on there. So it's a good listen, man. If for you, I would think that
it's hard melodic rock.
Yeah. I would think for you in the car, if you're not in the mood to listen to me and you, then you'd probably be in good company for 45 minutes listening to that.
Yeah, very good. Now, that's always interesting that, you've got a subscription service out there, Sirius XM, and all they can offer you is Ozzy's Boneyard or Hair Nation.
Yeah,
and you get a couple of guys like Hairball John and Corey who could put together a station that is as easy to listen to as Sirius XM, and they do a better job.
Oh yeah, well, because they care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So here you got a multi-billion-dollar corporation with satellites floating around, and here you got two guys on a server putting together a better show.
Yeah, well, they don't have to. They're not enslaving to the guy that does 12 hours a week and sucks up all their money.
Yeah, and they don't have to answer to upper management.
That's right. Yeah, dude, listening to it. My daughter a year ago for Christmas bought me a sub to XM, which was a very nice gift. I was very excited to get it, and I listened to it for like 3 weeks, and I immediately canceled it. I was like, this stinks. There's just nothing to listen to on it. Stern sucked. Jim and Sam were terrible. Ellis was awful, and musically, I'm more liquid metal guy than I would be, like Ozzy's Boneyard or whatever. I was listening to a little bit of Trunk, but then all that shit was on YouTube anyway, so I don't need it. And liquid metal sucked. I had all the records that they were playing, and they're just playing the shit that the publicists throw me as singles.
Yeah, and they play them over and over and over again.
It's like, why do I want to hear the single? I don't want to hear the singles. I want to hear the deeper shit. The shit that I might have missed. Come on, you fucks.
Well, you're never going to get that.
I know. Well, I do on Uncontrolled Noise when I listen to that. Or I do on my own playlist.
Well, again, a couple of guys put their own money where their mouth is and, do a better job and better programming. Yep.
Yeah. I definitely... I'll give a big plug for Hairball John and the Hairball John app, and Corey as well for that, because they did an awesome job on that. Corey's in the process of getting the Uncontrolled Noise app together. I talked to him today about it, actually. Yesterday, sometime. They're all blowing together. But he's close on that app, so there will be an Uncontrolled Noise app pretty soon as well.
Very cool.
So that'll be cool for, like, people that listen to Metal and Kendall and what's his name? Jim McCormick's show on the weekend, The Vault.
Yeah, the Vault, the Metal Vault. Yeah,
and Toomey's on there. Toomey Live, Talk to Me Live on Thursdays and whatnot. So that'll be cool. It'll be cool for people that like those shows as well. But the music listening will be for those that don't like the 80s metal and like the more harder stuff. You'll get that on Uncontrolled Noise.
Sure, absolutely. Well, there's a lot of good things cooking where the shows are concerned and the radio stations, the outlets. So if you haven't got the apps, go get them. They're free.
And you guys got it. Don't take my word for it. Take Neely's, because Neely never puts apps on his phone.
Yeah, and I don't.
No, what's that? Your second app on your phone?
Well, yeah.
What do you have? That in your insurance or something?
No, I got Spreaker.
Spreaker.
I got Spreaker and our app.
And that's it.
That's it.
You don't have like your car insurance or anything?
No, I don't do that stuff over the phone.
Oh, I do that. I do that just so that I don't have to carry a card, an insurance card.
Yeah.
I just show them my phone.
Yeah, I don't have personal shit on my phone.
Yeah, well, it's out there anyway.
Whatever. Oh, I know, but if I were to lose my phone, somebody can't just pull it up immediately.
Yeah. Well, I hear you. I don't agree with you, but I hear you.
Well, again, it's just whatever your personal comfort level is. Well, it's great to be back. I'm glad to see that the chat room is full and people missed us.
I guess. Look at 47 in the chat room.
Yeah, look at people are finding us and say, man, I got to come out and hang out.
I think the chat room has like a 50-person limit, doesn't it?
I think it does.
Holy smokes. Better get in quick, fellas. Or lady.
Yeah.
Sure, there's probably one lady listening other than May K that's not in the chat.
Yeah. Well, May, I hadn't seen her around forever, and when I was in the chat last week, I noticed her name in there. I thought she had fallen off the face of the earth, or Lou from the Lou had gotten to her or something. And yeah, I was just like, hey, there's May. I haven't seen her forever, and sure as shit, she's 20 years old now.
I was going to say, she's got to be legal at this point.
I was just like, wasn't she like 15 or 16 when we first, found out where she called in?
Yeah, she was young.
Yeah, now she's a grown lady.
Oh, look at Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey too. He's like, what, 21, 22 now? And he was 10.
Was he 10?
9 or 10.
Yeah. Yeah, listen to that. I listened to that, the first call of Mikey, that one. That was a funny fucking episode.
Yeah, I think he was 10.
And his dad's like, I could be way dirtier than you. Guess we proved that wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I asked his grandmother about sucking my dick without her teeth in. Oops.
What's the matter with you?
That was funny. You got to admit that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was all funny. Lots of funny, lots of ha-has there. So, again, if you haven't checked out the app, 24/7 stream, it's got a good rotation of segments on there, and I've been actually enjoying listening to it through the app myself. So I was just like, wow, that's a good deal. And the thing is sometimes that server gets hung up to where it'll play a lot of stuff repeatedly. Mm-hmm. So I unweighted everything, so now it plays all random.
Yeah. Because isn't there a set? I'm not going to get into this now. Never mind. I know how to fix that and have it so it won't play things until everything else is played. But
right.
It has to do with tagging.
Yeah, I get you.
But but yeah, we are back. Hello.
So go check it out if you haven't picked it up, and go grab the Hairball John app. I'll do that after the show tonight.
There you go.
And, a lot of good things happening, and, I plan on having a great year.
Let's hope so. It hasn't started off the best, but...
Not for you.
Oh, not for, all these Rush people. They're upset.
Well, the thing is, it's inevitable.
Yeah, well, that's true, but still, 67. 67's a little young to fucking die of pudding brain or whatever he died of.
True.
Isn't that what he died of?
Well, yeah, he had some kind of cancer, brain cancer.
Brain cancer,
which is why they, called it a day a few years ago to begin with, is because they knew that he was in the decline.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened? Isn't that what happened to that singer from that Canadian band? He had a diagnosis of brain cancer, and they decided to go out one last time before he kicked it.
Oh, who was that? Yeah. Was that who was that?
Tragically hip.
Tragically hip?
Yeah. Yeah, Gordy something.
Yeah, another band I never listened to ever.
There must be something about Canadian musicians and brain cancer.
You think? Canada gives you brain cancer? Is that what happens?
It could be. You never know.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, maybe it's something in the air up there.
It could be. But
all I know about Canada these days is they've made a damn fine TV show in that Letterkenny. Holy smokes! I watched all 8 seasons of that during the break.
Canada's the worst country.
Yes, it is. Whoever said that?
I think it was who was it? Who said that?
Was that Tony Tunafish?
No, it wasn't him. It was a band guy.
Was it Rick Emmett?
No, it wasn't him. It was one of these bands that they could never get recognized in Canada.
Annihilator?
Something like that. they could never catch a break in Canada.
Yeah, well, that probably wouldn't be Annihilator. I think that's the only place they caught a break.
I don't know, but anyway. So you were saying about that Canadian show?
Dude, that show has you written all over it. The one-liners are so fast and so furious. I was laughing so hard today. I was watching the last 2 episodes of Letterkenny, and they did this one segment with this Amish guy, and everything he was saying was like double entendre about fucking his wife. My God, I was fucking choking laughing so hard. And his I forget what his name is. It's but the wife's name, the Amish guy's last name is Dick, of course. So the wife's name is Anita Dick, and the daughter's I'm a Dick or something.
Okay.
And they were just talking about they were trying to get the guys from Letterkenny to come and build them a box because their like grain storage boxes were broken during like a storm or some shit.
Okay.
And the wife just keeps going, which one of you guys is going to hammer my box? I was just fucking crying. It was stupid humor.
Yeah.
But so goddamn fast. And I was just laughing my fucking balls off today. So goddamn funny, man.
Well, you know, they say that laughter is the best medicine, so maybe that's what brought you back to the show.
Maybe, and plus, I just have to jerk my dick once a day to Michelle Motley on the show. She is so hot. Jesus Christ. She is fucking hot. Oh, by God. Woo! She's a good one.
Yeah. Well, speaking of shows that I binged watched over the break,
yeah,
is that the second season of that show You came back.
Yeah, I saw that it was back. I haven't watched it
Oh
yet.
my God, dude.
Good, huh?
Just fucked up.
Yeah, I watched the preview of the second season. I was like, oh, I need that. I added it to my 3,000 movie long fucking watch list.
Well, I won't spoil anything for you, but the last episode, you'll never have seen it coming.
All right, I'm in.
So yeah, I binge watched that. That was pretty good. So like, what a creep. They did such a good job with that guy being such a creep.
Well, and that's the one that's about the social media, right?
Well, yeah, social media plays a big part, but this guy he's a stalker.
Right, but he uses social media to
keep
about
up
chicks.
Yeah,
right?
he keeps an eye on them because, you know, everybody puts out every personal goddamn thing out there.
Right.
That when he wants to find out somebody, he cyber stalks them first.
Right.
To find out, you know, try to find out a little bit about them, and then in a chameleon-like way, he more or less appeals to their interest and stuff, and they're surprised that he knows so much about them, you know, but he was stalking them out before he even made contact with them.
Right.
So yeah, it's every reason why I don't have any interest in social media.
Yeah. Well, did you cancel
my Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not shut my Twitter off yet.
Shut your Twitter off. We made a pact.
Yeah, I just didn't do it. I haven't used it. I used it on Christmas Day. People threw me some birthday messages, but that's the last time I even looked at it.
Well, I, Mr. Social Media, made the commitment and quit social media.
Yeah, you quit Twitter.
And Facebook.
Oh, you quit Facebook?
I can't close it because I have business pages, but I quit personal Facebook too. Huh. I haven't posted on Facebook in like 10, 11 days. I haven't even looked at Facebook.
Wow, look at that.
I took the app off my phone, took the links off of my desktop. I'm done. I'm done with social media. I'll use it for business pages and for like the CMS. I'll post shit to the CMS page, you know, that's relatable to the show.
Right.
But I am done using social media personally. I'm not going to go back either.
Very cool.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just, I can't even imagine what social media looked like in the last 10, 11 days with all this fucking, Trump and Iran and, you know, the Browns coaching thing here. You know, I can't imagine the amount of stupid I would have had to wade through to look at social media. So, and I'll be honest, talk about fucking giving me back some time in my day. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm getting so much more work done just by not looking at that fucking faggot horse shit.
Well, of course.
God, it's better.
You spent considerable amount of time over the years on your social media.
No more. No more. I got this social media, the CMS. People can learn all my thoughts in 5 hours a week. And anything else, go fuck yourself.
Well, I'm hitting deactivate as we speak.
Go. Good work, sir. Good work, sir.
I'm hitting the little red deactivate at the very bottom.
There you go. Are you sure? We hate to lose you. Fuck off, Twitter. Fuck off.
All right, I'm putting in my password, and I'm hitting deactivate.
There you go.
And it is now deactivated.
No more Neely, no more us.
I'm gone.
They can look on the CMS Twitter if they really want to follow us on Twitter.
I have just deactivated my account, sir.
Well, good.
I am now no longer on the Twitter, and that was the only social media link I had of any kind.
So the both of us quit social media as we promised.
Mm-hmm. Whoop, there's your cough, so I think we probably should take a break.
Yeah, because here it comes.
Yeah, so I don't want you to get so bad off you can't make it through the rest of the show. So
I'm actually choking on water, not actual coughing.
Well, I don't want you to aggravate your throat.
Oh, I'm with you. Let's play some music.
All right. Well, we'll play a couple of songs, let Chris kind of catch his breath and calm his throat down a little bit, so he can make it through the show.
That's right.
Can we play any of the Sons of Apollo?
We're going to.
Well, okay. Go ahead and pick a song then.
Asphyxiation.
Okay.
Track 3.
Got it.
Fuck badass.
Got it. All right. Well, Chris is going to talk to Jeff Scott Soto this week. Of course, Jeff Scott Soto is involved with the Sons of Apollo. They'll be out on the road. And we're going to check this out. So the brand new Sons of Apollo is called
MMXX or 2020.
Right. And this one is called Asphyxiation. So here it is. It's brand new Sons of Apollo exclusively here
On your classic metal show.